Righty. All right, what's up, guys? What's going on? Happy Thursday. Turn this a little bit here. There we go. All right. Phil, what's up, man? Thursday, December the 17th. Thursday, December the 17th. What's going on, Mike? What's up? What's up? Ethan, what's up, man? What's going on? Hope y'all are all doing well. Having a fantastic Thursday here. Again, the 17th of December. 8 days from Christmas. Creeping up on us slowly. If you haven't gotten your Christmas shopping in, you probably should get on that. What's going on? What's going on? Got a lot to get into here on a Thursday. Taking your questions, comments, calls as always. 843-790-3377. I will go ahead and put the number in the chat. You guys are welcome to call in, obviously. If you have not done so, check out the podcast drop this morning, episode 341. Jeff Barnes came on the show. Great conversation with him. If you guys remember, Jeff and I were on Fade In together with Eric Kimry. So really, really good conversation with Jeff. And obviously he played on those teams that won back-to-back Outback Bowls, which was really cool getting his perspective on that. And, of course, the Shane Beamer hiring, all that good stuff. You guys know. And then obviously on the podcast, talking about the early signing day, recapping kind of what went down, who the Gamecocks signed. John Darius Morgan was the guy, by the way. If you guys already listened to the show, I did not mention because he signed late last night. Big offensive lineman out of the state of Alabama. But, yeah, I think could be a great addition for the Gamecocks. But, yeah, just talking about the early signing day. Honestly, guys, not a lot to take away from it just because South Carolina's class is so small right now. I mean, you've literally only signed, 8 guys? So you got a lot of work to do. There's a lot of room in this class to fill. And, I expect the transfer portal, somebody saying Travis Lee, any big name in the portal that Beamer may be after hard. I don't know of any specific names or anything, but I would have to imagine that Shane Beamer and company are going to pitch a tent outside the transfer portal for sure. That's going to be their best friend without question. So, we'll see if that's the way they go, but I think JUCO and transfer portal will be huge for South Carolina. Jay Rowland says, I'd be willing to part ways with Gunner to get rid of Bobo, but I still don't think we lose Stockton if we fire Bobo. I mean, I agree, and I don't know if Bobo is going to be retained or not. I thought at first, I heard he wouldn't. Now I'm starting to hear that maybe he will. Who knows? I think we're going to find a lot of this stuff out next week. I really do. I think we'll find out a lot of this stuff next week in regard to the coaching stuff. So I know we're all anxious. Who's going to be the coordinators? All that, I'm the same way. I want to know too, and I'm sure that's something Coach Beamer knows behind closed doors. But, yeah, I'm right there with you guys, man. I'm ready to find out who our next coordinators are going to be, who our coaches are going to be. But got to be patient. So, Brian, what's going on, man? Brent L. Brooks, as long as Connor's our quarterback coach, and I think he will be. I don't think there's any question Connor Shaw will be on staff. So, again, guys, taking your questions, comments, calls as well, 843-790-3377. I posed this question on social media as well because, spoiler alert, tomorrow's podcast. If you guys were listening a year ago, nearly to the date last year at this time, the Friday before Christmas week, I did a Gamecock fans Christmas wish list. And it was a great show, funny show. I think people really enjoyed it. I'm going to be doing that again tomorrow. So again, spoiler alert, Gamecock fans Christmas wish list. I posed this question on social media, and I'll pose it here. As a Gamecock fan, if you could ask for one thing for Christmas, what would it be? I mean, literally anything from full stadiums in 2021 to a top 25 recruiting class to Clemson losing Notre Dame, whatever. So I'm curious, what would you guys ask Santa Claus for as a Gamecock fan for Christmas this year? Somebody texts in, a texter on the text line says, what is this nonsense about Bobo remaining on staff as assistant head coach or assistant OC? This can't be true. I mean, I know people. I'm indifferent on it. because I know people are – the main reason people hate Bobo is because of the Ryan Hilinski thing. You take that away, Bobo did a fantastic job with this offense. I mean, you guys can say whatever, but just look at the numbers. This dude crushed it for South Carolina this year when it comes to the offensive numbers and the offensive output. Now, again, I know people hold a grudge against him because of Ryan Hilinski and the way that went down, but the dude's a good offensive coach. He knows what he's doing. Now, I don't want him to be the Gamecocks offensive coordinator, and he won't be. He won't be the OC. But as an offensive assistant, that doesn't really bother me. Brandon Prothman, bro. So I listened to the dude's podcast in 247, JC Sherbert. Anyways, he was asked about having you on or coming on your show. He seemed like there's beef. What's up? What did he say that on the podcast or like on his boards or whatever? I have not heard that. Let's see. And I will say this to whatever. I don't know, whatever, if it was on his show or JC and I, we've had our back and forths on social media, if you will, but there's no beef. And there's definitely no beef. You know, here's the thing: for there to be beef, there has to be, you know, disdain on both sides, and there's none here. So I wish JC and those guys nothing but the best what they do. I mean, you know, wish them nothing but the best. You know what I mean? They're doing their thing. I'm doing my thing, and it is what it is. But, you know, I know JC has taken time out of his day multiple times in the past to take shots at me and what I do. That's totally fine. Like I said, there's no beef. There's no beef at all, man. I'm good on my end. So if it's beef, it's one-sided. So if it's beef, it's one-sided. So it is what it is. So, you know, like I said, they're in their lane. I'm in my lane, and we can all coexist. That's a beautiful part. We're all Gamecocks. We all want the same thing. So, let's see. An SEC championship is what you asked for. Yeah, me too. Oh, man. Let's see. John Gibbs beat Clemson in the streak. Wouldn't that be a great Christmas present? Brent Brooks, Bobo isn't bad, but he isn't our future. Well, again, I'm saying he will not be OC. If he's an offensive assistant, whatever, but he's not going to be the OC either way, guys. So Phil Harris is a Lou Holtz type turnaround in the wins and losses from this year to next year's on my Christmas wish list. Yeah, I agree. No, I agree. That'd be awesome. Thomas Holly, the word around the recruiting office is Bobo will stay. I mean, again, I've heard back and forth. He might. Let's see. Cody Collins, saw you rocking the Braves hat. I'm so worried they will get a name change. What are your thoughts on that? Also got my decal today. Spurs Up show is second to none. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for the love. And I think the Braves will be okay. I hope that doesn't happen either, obviously. But I hate to see what happened with the Indians. But it's just the world we live in, man. What are you going to do? So. Charlie Boykin, hey, also Christmas is next week. How should we treat Clemson fans and family members? If you have them in your family, I feel for you. No, I mean, actually, it's funny. My brother went to Clemson, believe it or not. And my sister is dating a Clemson grad. So there you go. Can't get away from them. So, just be nice to everybody. Everybody love everybody, I guess, for a week, right? So, RJ, what's up? What's going on? Kevin Schuler says, I like the comment from Beamer about knowing and recruiting some of the guys in the portal. Think that's a great advantage for us. I agree. I also saw somebody, I forgot who asked the question. I don't know. I'm sorry. Yeah. Somebody asked the question, though, when are we going to start seeing like the transfer portal and these JUCOs and all this come to fruition? I mean, anytime between now and February, I would say. I mean, you got to get your staff in place first before you can realistically start to put together a class. These prospects want to know who they're going to play for, who's going to be my position coach, who's going to be my coordinator. So Christian Carver, if your brother went to Clemson, how did you become a Gamecock fan? Well, I'm the oldest. So this was way after the fact. I mean, I grew up a Gamecock fan. My brother's not into sports at all. Not opposite of me, not a sports guy. So He went to Clemson, doesn't even care about Clemson football. Let's just put it. He literally went to go to school for engineering. Does not care in the slightest. Thank God, because that would be an uncomfortable conversation at the Thanksgiving table. So, no, he doesn't give a damn. He's not a sports guy, and which again, thank God. So, he was always around when we were watching Gamecock football when you're younger. He just doesn't care. He's just not a sports guy. I mean, I don't know. So, yeah, it didn't affect me in the slightest. Drew Easterday, what's the news about keeping Tracy Rocker? I hear the players on the D-line don't like him. I hadn't heard that, but I don't think Tracy Rocker is retained. No. John Gibbs, I don't want to see that I formation anymore unless it's goal line. We need a good spread, aggressive offense. No more of that old-style football because it doesn't work anymore. And I can guarantee you, John, Shane Beamer knows that. So Shane Beamer's not going to let anybody ruin his tenure at South Carolina. So Andrew Bowers, what's up, man? What's going on? RJ says, did y'all watch what all Beamer actually said in the meeting with the team in the latest episode of Gamecock Insider? It had me fired up. Yeah, it was awesome stuff, man. Awesome stuff. I'm extremely pumped for this tenure, man, or this regime, if you will, for Coach Beamer, what he's doing, what he's building, man. I'm so fired up. So. Adam Ritter says Bobo needs to go. Again, I know many Gamecock fans are going to say that. But like I said, to play devil's advocate, offense was the best it's looked in years. The offense for the first time in forever had an identity. So, I feel the same way in the sense that, like, my biggest thing with Bobo is I want a forward-thinking, spread attack, aggressive offense. And I know Bobo's generally sided more to the under center I formation style. But, I mean, dude, the guy with what he had to work with did a fantastic job with the offense. Did a fantastic job. I mean, the only gripe that fans have over Bobo is he played Colin Hill over Ryan Hilinski. I mean, that's really it. So, and I mean, again, guys, I know everybody loves to getting their feelings over it and everything, but I'm just going to tell you guys right now, from the people that I talked to that played football, that were at the scrimmages, they said it wasn't even a close competition. That Colin Hill was a full letter grade, if not more, better than Ryan. And I love Ryan to death. But, like, even I'm, like, as much shit as I gave Will Muschamp, even I'm not going to sit there and say, oh, they're just intentionally playing the worst player. They're not doing it, bro. Colin Hill played because he beat out Ryan Hilinski because he won the job. Now, if you want to argue Doty should have been playing, I will listen to that argument. From the people I've talked to that know Mike Bobo, they say that Mike Bobo knew Luke Doty was the guy from week 2. So, take it for what it's worth. Now that I can jump on board with you. Luke Doty probably gave this team the best chance to win games and to move the football and to give them some sort of threat in the passing game. So, again, I'm not sitting here telling you that Colin Hill is good. I'm really not. I'm not telling you some great quarterback, but talk to any former player, person that played football, that knows football. They will tell you exactly what I'm saying. Ryan's got mechanical issues, bro. Drops the ball down. So somebody texted in, if he knew Doty was the guy from week 2, why did it take him 8 weeks? That's a great question. I've heard things from just 1, he wasn't ready. I heard 2, Will Muschamp got in the way. Shocker. So Donnie Walker says, hat game was on fire and you really dropped the ball today. You got to switch it up, man. Can't wear the same hat every day. The Cox hat will make a comeback. I promise. It will make a comeback. I like this Marlins hat. I'm a Braves guy, but I like all hats. I literally wore a Braves hat in the video clips that dropped today. So I switch it up, man. Everybody knows this at this point. Everybody knows I switch it up. And again, this is not like the knock Ryan Hilinski show. I'm just making the point because, like, I see it so often of fans that, like, you know, go in. I mean, listen, again, I'm not even saying that Mike Bobo is the best OC in the country or anything, but, like, you know, Mike Bobo does not suck because he didn't play Ryan Hilinski. It just, you know, Colin came in, won a job. Hell, I don't know. Again, we talked about this all season long, but I don't know. I will say the biggest thing to me, though, was when it was late in the season and you had nothing to lose. Why didn't you play him? I mean, what do you have to lose? You know, why are you still trotting Colin out there? Why not? But obviously, Ryan Hilinski was on the third string. Ryan was third string, guys. That's the reality. So, anyways, whatever. I feel like I'm rambling on Ryan Hilinski. Maybe he comes back. Maybe he wins the job. Hell, I don't know. I mean, somebody says that. Let's see. Jay Rowland says, I just want to see Hilinski 100% healthy with a good quarterback coach. I want to see this entire team 100% healthy with good coaching. Same here, bro. Yeah. And you know what's crazy? Like, we're having these conversations right now. Because people, want to predict like next year. And I've said it before. I think Luke Doty's in line to be the starter next year. But sitting here in this situation a year ago, after the season we had, as bad as it was with Ryan Hilinski, who on God's green earth would have predicted that the starting quarterback for the University of South Carolina in 2020 would have been a transfer from Colorado State? I mean, who? Nobody. So you never know hey, Shane Beamer could go pick up a quarterback in the transfer portal. You never know. I mean, Shane Beamer could go pick up a guy. We have no idea. But I think right now, Luke Doty is probably the guy that's in line to be a starter. Again, guys, taking your questions, comments, calls, 843-790-3377. Phil Harris says, imagine Colin Hill wins the starting job again next year. Not a chance. Not even a remote chance. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Again, I'll say this again. It's so funny that this is like where the conversation's gone. It never fails. If there's not a lot to talk about, just talk about the quarterback position. Here's my take on the QB position. Who do I want to play? The guy who gives us the best chance to win. I don't give a damn who it is. If it's Ryan, cool. If it's Colin, cool. If it's Luke, cool. Just play the guy who's going to go win games. Bottom line. RJ says, Chris, with the new staff, do you think Joyner will get a legitimate chance at quarterback? I don't know. That ship may have sailed. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to it, but I don't know, man. I think that ship may have sailed. I don't know. Eric Fryer, love the whiteboard. Success is never owned, only rented, and the rent is due every day. Yeah. It's, I don't know, man. Just a quote that popped in my head like late yesterday. And yeah, I love it. Love it. So Kevin Schuler says Colton Gauthier looks like a baller. Yeah, I think he does too. Yeah, I'm excited, man. I had him on the show, and really special kid, really, really special kid. So Lance Player, appreciate the love and support, man. Appreciate it. Jay Rowland, yeah, Dak Joyner's got to touch the football more, no question. Got to touch the football more. It was baffling. It was mind-blowing that he didn't. Every time he touched it, he made a play. Leonard Matthews, yeah, it looks like Jamie is going to return next year, as far as we can tell, in regards to, what he put on his Instagram story and all that. I mean, I'd love for him to come back, obviously. I mean, dude's going to be our number one DB. I mean, hopefully Shane Beamer got in his ear and had conversations with him, just told him, hey, man, we need you. We're going to use you. We're going to get the most out of you. We're going to hire a good coach. We're going to hire a good DC, good position coaches, and you're going to be a star. And so I'm hoping that's how the conversation went. So hopefully he does come back. Brian Dean, yeah, Aldrich Fordham was awesome. Great guest. Phil Harris, if we go spread option, it would be 1 Doty, 2 Joyner, and I'm okay with that. Yeah, I mean, you have to have a mobile quarterback. You have to have a dual threat quarterback. And I think, too, that's what I try to tell people about Hilinski. If we're going to this up-tempo, spread it out, that is not Ryan's game, bro. He's not mobile. The guy runs with concrete shoes. Like, he's not mobile. Like, seriously. Jake Bentley looks like Michael Vick compared to Ryan Hilinski and Colin Hill. So, you know. Sean O'Brien says it's seriously crazy, a lack of development we endured. Stars don't mean anything unless there's development. One of the biggest things I look forward to seeing with Beamer staff. I agree 110% again. I think there's so many. I was just talking to my buddy about this about 45 minutes ago before we came on. There's so many guys on this roster that I just don't think were developed. I don't think they were put in positions to be successful. And I'm really excited to see what this new staff can get out of those guys. So, Ryan Grice, how do you feel about Beamer saying that this class is small by design? I thought that was very interesting. Yeah, I think what it means is they're going after JUCO guys. They're going after I think they're going to hit the transfer portal hard, very hard. And you guys probably saw, I don't know if you missed it, those guys are going to be immediately eligible. It's free game. It's free agency in college football. Here we go. So, Ryan Clark, is Shane here full-time after the conference championship this weekend? Yes. He said he'd be flying in on Sunday, I believe. So, yep, he will be here full-time. He's not going to coach in their bowl game. Brother Drew Easterday, who's our next defensive leader next year? Well, you look at a guy like Jamie, the way he plays the game, if he comes back. You look at a guy maybe like a Zach Pickens. Damn, he's going to be a veteran. It's insane to say that, but he's going to be a veteran. You know, outside of that, somebody's got to step up. Maybe it's Cam Smith. Maybe it's John Dixon. Heck, I don't know. Tyler Noel, how about old Jake Bentley playing well at Utah? Even though when I turned the game on, I saw him throwing the ball to the other team again at Taylor's oldest time. Yeah, that was so funny. If you guys missed that, I literally tweeted, "Great to watch Jake Bentley. Glad to see he's doing well." The next play, he throws a pick. It's like perfect timing. Hey, Phil, what's up, man?
Not much. Just looking out the window at a very snowy New Hampshire today.
Yeah, no, I saw your picture from that's wild. That is wild. I'd like it for like vacation or for a couple of days, but living in it, I don't know that I would be a fan of that.
Shoveling this stuff is a workout, man, for sure. I'll tell you that.
I bet.
I wanted to let you know that I feel a lot better after Shane Beamer's little National Signing Day press conference. Man, I can tell that he can recruit just by what he says and how he says it in those conference calls that he has with reporters. The guy, you know, he could sell fucking ice to an Eskimo. He really could.
Oh, my God. Never again. I don't ever want to hear that again, Phil. Don't ever want to hear that again.
I mean, he really could, though. I mean, there's some people that say it and you look at like, well, I don't know. But then, you know what? I think he's got the ability to do some good things here. And, you know, I can understand how he resonates with recruits by the way he talks. It's really refreshing compared to the previous regime.
Yeah, I mean, he's a personable dude. I mean, he's just a, you know, good dude. I mean, bottom line, you listen to all accounts of people that know him and have met him and coached with him, and yeah, I think he's just a good dude. So that certainly helps. And I think what's going to help most personally, though, on the recruiting trail for South Carolina is the fact that he's a guy that genuinely loves the city and genuinely loves the university. I mean, that you can't, you know, you can try to fake that all you want, but it's pretty much impossible. You know what I mean? So I think that's going to stand out to kids. You hope that does at least. And it'll stand out to the right kids. It definitely will. But yeah, man, it's like I said, it's been a breath of fresh air for all of us, for me, for you, for I'm sure everybody that's tuned in, for everybody that listens to the show. It's been a huge breath of fresh air, man. It really has. So, you know, I'm excited. Like I said, I know it's tough to look at right now, but I think this class will take shape over the next few. I mean, you got to get some coaches in first, bro. I mean, it's hard to build a class when you have no coaches. So get the coaches in, get that taken care of, and then once you get into January, really hammer it and kind of go from there. So
final thing I wanted to mention, speaking of the coaches, you know, it's interesting that we don't hear that Jamie Chadwell has maneuvered himself into an extension and a raise at Coastal. Mm-hmm. And we're hearing that Shane Beamer, and this is just pure speculation on my part. I have no idea if this would be the case, but it would be nice if we can throw $2 million at him and say, "Hey, man, come on, bring that spread option offense that you have. You'll be the offensive coordinator. You have complete control. Let's turn this thing around." That's quite the raise for him, and he would have the perfect personnel to run that offense in terms of quarterback.
Right. Well, you know, hey, you know that they signed him to an extension yesterday.
Oh, they did? Okay, so I missed that.
Through 2027. Yeah. They did not release financial details, but said the potential annual value with all incentives met would be the highest in the Sun Belt.
Okay.
Chadwell made $375,000 this season, but yeah, so they extended him through 2027, which I'm actually that dude must really love Coastal. But I mean, you know, he's in a good spot. I mean, the great thing about a school like Coastal, man, there's not a lot of pressure, really. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like if he has a down year next year or whatever, like I don't think people are going to be calling for his. It's not like South Carolina, right? Like it's not like a big school where like that pressure is on. So I don't know. Maybe he likes living in Conway and, you know, just said, screw it, whatever. I'll just kick it here for a while. So I don't know.
Yeah. Hey, good for him, man. So that destroyed my dream. All right, good for him.
No, I don't know. Yeah, good for Jamie Chadwell, I guess. Whatever. So.
Well, I'll say this. I'll end on this. Garrett Riley, come on down, brother.
Yeah, no, I that'd be a slam dunk hire in my mind. My mind, man. I definitely think that's who he wants, and I think that's most likely. I'd have to, if I had to guess, I think that's who we'll get, but that would be a huge hire for sure. So appreciate you calling in, man.
Have a good one. Go Cox.
Yeah, go Cox. Take care, brother. Yeah, good stuff. 843-790-3377, guys. Taking your questions, comments, calls as well. Let's see. RJ says Chadwell's going to make a Power 5 school very happy one day. You might be right. Maybe he's happy kicking it in Conway. I don't know. I mean, you know, whatever. So Brian Grice, I'm sure he's got the coaches lined up just waiting for the season to be over. Yeah, and that's something I was going to say to Phil too, by the way, is that I'm sure as Shane Beamer's recruiting guys right now, like I think he probably knows who the OC and DC are going to be. He's just not announcing it because, again, he mentioned the other day, yeah, there's guys that were coaching last week and then they're coaching this week too. So just do the math, right? So, you know, he's letting them, probably respecting them, their wishes, fill out their season or finish out their seasons, whatever it may be. But I mean, I'm sure that Shane Beamer's on these recruiting calls like, hey, man, this is who we got. This is who we got, whatever. So, anyways, guys, taking your questions, comments, calls, 843-790-3377. That is 843-790-3377. Again, guys, I'll ask you, if you just joined in as a Gamecock fan, what would be your Christmas wish from Santa Claus? What are you asking Santa for Christmas as a Gamecock fan? Like what's that one thing you're asking for? So H-Man998 says Chadwell's a solid coach, but I think he does need to get a few more seasons under his belt before we heap praise on him. Yeah, I mean, I feel the same way. That's why I didn't buy into the whole thing of like, oh my God, Jamie Chadwell's this no-brainer or whatever. It's like, dude, he's had one good year. I mean, does that really make him like just this can't miss hire? Does that really do it for you? I don't know. Brian, got my hat ordered. Spurs up, bro. Appreciate it. I'm actually, by the way, immediately following this. If you guys tell me if you'd be interested, but I'm going to make them either way. Beamer ball hats. They will be black and white. Unfortunately, my vendor does not offer garnet hats. I know it's a bummer, but we'll do the white and the black Beamer ball hats. I think especially the white ones will look fire. But yeah. So you guys let me know what you think about that. So, and more merch will be coming soon. I promise. I don't know if it'll be Beamer related or whatever it may be, but more merchandise will be coming soon. Again, the wheels are turning, things in the works, whatever. Also, the merchandise should be at Rivals in Florence, South Carolina. I don't know if I know with Christmas, it's weird. Within the next week and a half, they'll be there. So if you guys are around the Florence area, you want to go support in there, be my guest. They'll have the Beamer Ball hoodies, the Beamer Ball t-shirts, all that good stuff. So all that good stuff. Yeah, Lance Player again, guys. I'll be making those Beamer Ball hats immediately after this, and I'll post them on social media. You guys will see them. So Brandon Prothman, Santa, please stop the misery. I want to average 8 wins the rest of my life with the sprinkles of 10s, 11s, and championships. Hey, you and me both. Tim Dorn says, for Dabo to get kicked in the nuts on national TV, you think Santa's going to bring that to you? You know, we'll see. We'll see. Somebody said asking Santa for a winning season. For Clemson to get beat. That's another good one. Rodney Creel, Christmas wish, another year of eligibility for Swearinger, Clowney, Alshon, and Debo. Yeah. Bring back Shaw and Bruce Ellington and Ace while you're at it. Chris Gamer, Christmas wish, elite OC and DC. Yeah. I trust me. That's probably going to be one of mine. To give you a spoiler, because again, not to spoil it, but I am. Tomorrow's show, I'm going to do a Gamecock fans Christmas wish list, and that will probably be one of mine. Is an elite offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator. Yes. So, how about a bowl win? Does anybody want a bowl win? We're playing in a bowl game, guys. It's going to happen. I'm just going to tell you right now, it's going to happen. So, I know there's some of you that don't want that to happen, but I think the Gamecocks are playing in a bowl game. So, H-Man98, what do you think about the 2 rumored DC hires in Bateman from UNC or Heacock from Iowa State? Again, guys, I'm much less picky than you probably think. I mean, whoever Shane Beamer wants to go with, I'm game with it. So, in Beamer we trust. In Beamer we trust. I trust Coach Beamer. So, Aaron Bishop says for Christmas he wants to see Jackson State go 0-10 to see how Dion reacts. Man, y'all asking for negative things for Christmas? That's kind of cold, isn't it? That's kind of bad karma, I feel like. Somebody said a cure for the chicken curse. Yeah, no doubt. Here's the best one, probably. Kevin Schuler, COVID goes away and we can pack Willie B again. Yes. All we need is all we got. All we got's all we need. All we got is all we need. Rachel Walker says the Spurs Up shirt I ordered for my husband 3 weeks. Yes, I apologize with the shipping, guys. USPS is brutal. I'm at my vendor's mercy. I mean, there were a ton of orders. So, Rachel, if you want to shoot me a DM or an email or whatever, I can check, or I could just probably check on it for you right now. So, yeah, again, guys, I'm at my vendor's mercy, to be honest. And this is why. So, I mean, let's see. Rachel, it's been shipped, by the way. So you should be getting it, I would think, pretty damn soon. I'll check on that right now. And you should have gotten a tracking number. So, yeah, shipping right now is a nightmare. So if you haven't gotten your stuff and you ordered, my apologies. I think it was up until December the 8th, maybe, that I could have guaranteed Christmas delivery, but past that, man, it's a crapshoot, honestly. So, I mean, yeah, I literally go to tracking. Sorry, we're currently experiencing technical difficulties with our tracking application. Alert. USPS is experiencing unprecedented volume increases and limited employee availability due to the impacts of COVID-19. So, I don't know I don't know. It says it's in transit still. I don't know. It should be there soon. That's my bad. Andrew Bowers, imagine Beamer beats Georgia, Clemson, and Florida in his first year. That would be awesome. I agree. That would be very awesome. Brian Dean says, I want to go back to the 80s helmet during the George Rogers era. They were cool. You mean the one that's literally your profile picture? Yeah, those were cool. I'd love to see, if nothing else, a throwback. I don't know that I'd want to see those be the primary, but I'd love to see a throwback version. Sean O'Brien just wondered, do you make any shirts with Comfort Colors brand? You know, you're the second person to mention Comfort Colors. I don't right now. I'd be open to it. I don't right now, though. I'm open. Dude, and that's the thing, guys. I'll tell you this, to give you some insight. My plan for 2021 is to make merch a much bigger part of the business. That was my plan in 2020, actually, but shit hit the fan. I want to make merch a much bigger part of the business, right? And I want to have inventory, which will make things a lot easier. Shipping will be easier. You can get better quality stuff. So, I mean, yes, I want to have inventory. That's the thing. So, hey, the more you guys support, the better chance there is that happening. So, yeah. So I appreciate you guys loving sport. And obviously, you guys have done, it's been overwhelming. It's been awesome. And obviously, we're literally getting the shirts like in a store in Florence and Rivals. But yeah, I got big plans for merch stuff in 2021. Definitely. So, and I've heard the Comfort Color stuff is really good. So I'll have to check that out. H-Man 98, Florida's defense is terrible, and they'll probably be worse next year after Trask leaves. They need to find some running backs, too. John Gibbs, will you make Carolina flags? What specifically? Because I know I have my Spurs Up Show flag, and the thing right now is my vendor does not offer flags, but I do definitely want to look into that. I don't know. I will get back to you guys on that. What would you guys like on flags? Just give me some ideas. The Beamer stuff, TSUS stuff, other stuff. What are you thinking? Wyatt says, who has a say in our uni combos? Does a coach have a big hand in that? Well, with Muschamp, I think he let the seniors pick the jersey combos. With Beamer, no idea. So Rachel Walker, thank you. Big fans of your show. Thomas Walker makes us listen every day on my lunch break. Yeah, like I said, I appreciate the love, and the shirt is on the way. I promise. It's, again, blame USPS. It's a nightmare. Ronnie, appreciate the love, man. Thanks. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'll definitely look and see. I mean, if we can do flags, man, I'd love to. I mean, I love the Spurs Up Show flag I have. I need to probably get more made. So, yeah, it'd be dope. Be super dope. Beamer ball flags would be tight. Justin Bell, when you coming down to Charleston? I have no idea, my friend. Not sure. Need to get back to Charleston. I was there a fair amount over the summer. It was good. It was a fun time. Had some friends down there and went to the beach, went to Folly, went to IOP. Man, I miss summer. I do miss summer. I mean, I love football season, but man, I love summer. I love it. Love being down there. Was on James Island with a few friends and stuff like that. It was just such a great time. So, Roach blood. A Roach blood flag. I'd have to send the first one directly to Steven Garcia. Would have to. So, yeah. Again, guys, taking your questions, comments, calls. Appreciate you all tuning in. Appreciate everybody showing the love, support, man. It means the world. Thank you so much. John Gibbs, every time we beat Clem Sucks, make a flag with the score on it, trolling their ass. Hey, bro, the more we win, the more we beat Clemson, the more funny merch I can make. Trust me, I'd love that. I would love that. I hate we don't get to play them in basketball Saturday. That sucks. Pray to God it gets rescheduled. So, but I'm interested to see what bowl game South Carolina is going to get into. Will it be Gasparilla? Will it be Gator? We'll have to see. Andrew Bowers, don't come to Allendale unless you only like Hardee's and Subway. Don't come here. There's nothing here. Oh, yeah, I've played there before in I think a showcase or something. It's where USC Salk is. I had a couple buddies who went to USC Salkehatchie and that played there. So I know it's BFE. I mean, I get it. I know it's in Allendale. Trust me. RJ, that was you. Okay. All right, RJ. I just saw that come through. The Jungle Boy swag. Yeah, no, man. That's an awesome shirt for sure. I appreciate it. Appreciate the love. Jeff, thank you. Thank you for the love. I appreciate it. Joseph says, I hope we play TCU in the bowl. I've seen some of those predictions. I'm kind of, I don't really, whoever we, I don't care who we play. And the great thing for me is, honestly, selfishly, I'm happy we're going to go to a bowl game because it gives me more content. It gives another game to preview. So I'm happy in that regard, to be totally honest with you. Especially right now where basketball can't even get a game in. I mean, basketball can't even play a game because of COVID. Like, we got to have something to talk about. So, anybody going to be watching the SEC title this weekend, by the way? SEC title going on. H-Man, I hope we don't play Wake Forest like some are saying. They can put up some points. I mean, dude, the bowl game is probably going to be rough either way. So, Will Golden, what do you think about the new quarterback? And I'm assuming you're talking about Colton Gothy here, the new signee. I like Colton. Had him on the show back in October. I mean, he has all the intangibles. Great kid, great leader. I think he has a really good head on his shoulders. Like his game. I like the film I've seen from him. I think he's definitely got game, obviously. So be excited to see what he does. Excited to see what he does on campus for sure. Steven, when do Clemson and Notre Dame play? They play Saturday. I believe the kickoff is at 4:00. So Bama is going to curb stomp Florida. That seems to be what everybody's thinking. Yeah, it's crazy, man, how that LSU loss, that Florida loss to LSU just completely changes the dynamic of this game. You go from thinking maybe it's going to be a good game, maybe Florida gives them a run. Now it's like Bama's a 17-point favorite. I mean, it's just ridiculous. So, RJ, what conference title game are you most excited for? Definitely Clemson, Notre Dame. Here's the thing, guys. I'm torn on it. I mean, obviously I'm pulling for Clemson to lose, bottom line. But I'm almost like, would I rather see Clemson lose to Notre Dame again? Or would I rather see Clemson get in the playoff and get blasted by Alabama? Like, blasted. Because I think that's what would happen. But I'd definitely rather see them lose to Notre Dame. I mean, let's call it for what it is. So. Yo, Brandon, check your DMs, by the way. Check your DMs. Ryan Clark, I told all of my Clemson fans to stay home and not come to bother us in Charlotte, and everything closes at 9 p.m. So glad they won't be here this weekend. Yeah, bro. So I actually lived in Charlotte fall of 15 until May of 19. I mean, I remember the ACC title a couple of times, and like that is like the worst when you lived in Charlotte. I lived in Uptown and just flooded with Clemson fans. You're just like, kill me now. Kill me now. So trust me, I get it, bro. I get what you're feeling. I get what you're feeling for sure. Let's see. Thomas Walker said, I'm so ready to see Sunshine play for the Jets. Yeah, dude, that'd be so brutal. They're so bad. Jets are so bad. Yeah, we're all pulling for the Sooners because of Coach Beamer. Absolutely. That's probably the one I'm most excited for, actually. I want to see Coach Beamer out there on the field. So, Tyler Noel, I'd rather than not even be in the play. No, I'm pulling for Clemson to lose, obviously, to Notre Dame. But I don't know. It'd be nice, too, to see them get destroyed by Alabama. So, no, but I'm definitely pulling them. I don't want them back in the playoff. No doubt. Have you guys heard from people that Clemson could lose again and still get in the playoff? Have you heard that madness? If that happens, I quit football. I quit college football. Joseph says, for a while, became numb to Clemson's success, but recently I'm done with that. Every loss that Clemson gets is how we get closer to them. Them missing the playoffs this year will be huge. Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, I do agree. No, I do agree. Trust me, I'm pulling for the Irish. No question. So, Yo, Maddox Free, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Yeah, if Clemson loses to Notre Dame again and gets in the playoff, I'll be done. I'll be done. Go back to the BCS system. Go back to BCS. This year is such madness, though, man, because Ohio State, too, with their issues, do they get in? Like, it's just craziness. How you going to get in being 5-0? Ronnie Tisdale, Chris, how can I order your merchandise? tsus.store. I'll literally put the link here. tsus.store. I made it as simple as I possibly could. So, tsus.store. Sean O'Brien, I'm high-key pulling for A&M. Who does A&M play again? Like Ole Miss, maybe? Is that who it is? Jason, yes, this picture is dope. If you want to support the artist, by the way, we have partnered up. Go to, hold on, let me make sure I give you the right URL. I'm sitting here thinking in my head. I'm like, all right, apexartanddesign.com. I will literally put the link, apexartanddesign.com. That is how you can order that photo right there. He's got that one. He's also got a Kevin Harris drawing as well. This dude's work is incredible. Highly recommend. This is an 8x10. You can order them all the way up to a 16x20. So, and the prices, extremely fair. Extremely fair. So, yeah, that is how you get there. Apex Art and Design. They're also on Instagram, apex.art and design. He's taking suggestions, by the way, on his Instagram. So if you guys want to go to his IG and comment on what pictures you want to see, he's taking suggestions because he's going to be drawing more. That's the great thing about this. He's going to be drawing more. So you guys let him know what you want to see. Justin Scott game, will Beamer bring any transfers over from Oklahoma? Maybe. We'll see. I don't want to say for certain yes or no, but I think there's a possibility, no doubt. John Gibbs, the picture with the Gamecock border would be fire. Yeah, it would. That would. Yeah. So this is actually how it was given to me. But no, I agree. A Gamecock border would be sick. Jason Derrick, see if he'll draw one with Muschamp leaving town on a Greyhound bus. God. Wow. Dylan Way, how does Beamer get the players' culture that DJ and the Goon Squad built? Well, I think it starts with the fact he loves the University of South Carolina. And he was there when South Carolina was at its best. I think that plays a big part in it. So I think that's where you start off first. And I think that bleeds into the recruiting trail. Like, he's going to sell the University of South Carolina, not just the fact that, oh, you can use it to get to the next level and get to the league. He's going to sell being a Gamecock and what that means and how special that is. And he's already talked about that in his introductory presser. I think that's how you do it. And I think he will do it. And Shane Beamer is going to have guys like DJ Swearinger around the program. He's going to have these former Gamecocks around to help build that culture as well. So Brian says, do you think you can get Todd Ellis on your show? So I've always wanted to. I think the difficulties there lie within he works for USC. So maybe now, I don't know. Maybe I'll try to hit him up again. So Justin Scott game, any word on Garrett Riley as OC? Nothing concrete. I seem to think that's who it's going to be. But again, nothing is, we're all kind of guessing, man, to be honest with you. So Tyrell Campbell Sr., do you think another problem fans have with Bobo is that Muschamp brought him in? I mean, possibly, maybe. I think it goes a lot more back to, though, the just the fact that, the Helinski thing. I think that's what it really comes back to be honest. So, John Gibbs, we have it all. The facilities should be the biggest thing to show off because we never had them. Yeah, I mean, when you're talking about just purely recruiting, yeah, I mean, our facilities are second to none in my opinion. So, Scott Stamey, is there a way to track your purchase? Yes, there should be. Here, I'll look your order up right now if you got an order. Yeah, I mean, so once it's shipped, a tracking order is sent out, or a tracking number, not tracking order. A tracking number is sent out. So Yeah, if you've got an order and you want me to look it up, just tell me. I will do that literally right now. Yeah, we're all. I mean, again, I hope Notre Dame finds a way to get the job done. So, Ryan Crisp, you should bring a Lorenzo Ward on the show. I'm friends with him on Facebook, and I've seen he watches the live sometimes. That's interesting. I did not know that. I mean, that'd be cool. That'd be a cool conversation. Jeff Bell, any insights on the D coordinator? Again, who knows at this point? We've heard Jay Bateman. We've heard the DC at Iowa State. Thinking it's probably going to be one of those two guys, but who knows, honestly. So, Susan Stamey, you say? Is it under a different spelling? Is it under a different name, Scott? Because I'm not seeing it. Oh, Susie. See? It's a different name. So, yeah, looks like this one has been shipped. Or it literally, let's see, today. So, yeah, so this was shipped yesterday. So, yep, this one was shipped yesterday. Should have probably gotten an email saying it was shipped. Leonard Matthews, need more Steven Garcia. Hey, if the bowl game's in Tampa, might get it. You might get some more Garcia. So, Keith says, do you think Helinski sticks around? I mean, I've been saying no all season long, but you see what he said to Colton Gauthier about he might be coming back. So I think most likely scenario, Ryan Helinski comes back. He goes through spring ball. He evaluates where he's at the end of the spring. And if he doesn't like where he sits on the depth chart, he dips. That's my best guess. So, Tim Dorn, what do you think about Wolford going to Kentucky? I mean, good on him. I don't really have any beef with Wolford. I mean, it never really clicked in regards to like us having elite offensive lines. Was that him? Was it the fact we didn't recruit well enough? I don't know. I mean, listen, Wolford's just a good football coach. He's done it for a long time. You know, wish him best of luck unless they play us. So, you know, really, it's just kind of whatever. I mean, I'm not surprised that you know, Shane Beamer didn't want to keep him. You know what I mean? He's going to want to bring in his guys. So Joseph says, as far as DC, you kind of got to pick your poison. Do you want to take a guy from UNC who you compete with in recruiting, or do you take a guy that has recruiting ties out in Iowa? Yeah, I mean, that's something to think about. I'd probably go with a guy Bateman that has ties in this area, is my thing. If you just want to base off recruiting, that's what I would say. Ryan Crisp, any guess on where Helinski lands if he does leave? You know, the hot spot, the popular rumor at least has been Mississippi State. But at this point, who knows, man? Who knows? Will Golden Gilmore has made the most impact in the NFL as a former Gamecock. I'd have to agree with you. Best defensive back in the league. I mean, he's had an incredible career thus far. So, how would you guys like to fire back up the NCAA football 14 content simulations, whatever it may be? So, Phil Harris, Apex needs to make a Shaw one. Yeah, definitely. Dude, like I said, shoot him a DM. I'll shoot him a text, whatever. I mean, I think he knows who the great Gamecocks are. You know, I would say probably send the picture too. That'd probably help him out. So yeah, now he's definitely open to suggestions. I would definitely say send all of your suggestions to sorry. Send all your suggestions over to him. I mean, definitely. Kevin Cox, Bateman to Carolina, Muschamp to UNC, just a guess. Pull the old switcheroo. Well, that'd be something, wouldn't it? That really would be something. The hit with Clowney, I agree. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm thinking we might do the NCAA 14 simulations again, or just NCAA 14 content, if you will. That stuff is fun. That stuff is very fun. RJ, a sideline, Alshon Jeffrey sideline catch against Bama. Yeah, I agree. That'd be dope. Again, guys, send him the suggestions. He's on Instagram, apex.artanddesign. Apex. And if you go to his website, you can contact him. His Instagram's linked. His Facebook's linked. His YouTube is linked. All of that. Shoot him your suggestions. Please. This is good. Kevin Cox, I have the college football revamp mod. I know how dope it is. Yes. That's why I'm saying I'd love to do it, because they have all the new jerseys, everything. So, yep. No, really, really good stuff. So, again, guys, taking your questions, comments, calls. We got about 5 minutes left here on a Thursday, December 17th. Like I said, podcast drop this morning, breaking down everything with the early signing day, all of the Gamecocks signees from yesterday. And as we move forward throughout the recruiting process, what does Shane Beamer do to fill out the rest of the class? And also Jeff Barnes, former Gamecocks offensive lineman. You guys might remember if you listen to the Fade In podcast with Eric Kimry, which if you don't, I highly suggest you do. I actually was a guest along with Jeff Barnes on that Fade In podcast. So that's where I actually got to meet Jeff, and we were able to make it happen where he came on the show. So this is the Miami Marlins, by the way. I guess now it's the old school Marlins. I mean, you guys see, I have like the Braves fans in here that hate on the Marlins hat. I'll tell you this, man, I want the new Marlins hat. That thing is fire. So, Warren Holiday, what do you think Muschamp's biggest plunders were, and what does Shane need to come in and do to reverse course? Well, I think what didn't work, right? I think he was stubborn. I think he was stuck in his own ways. If you need any proof of that, the guy got the job at South Carolina and brought basically the entire staff from Florida with him. Like, you didn't learn anything from your mistakes. Why would you bring the same guys with you? You learned nothing. So I think just a lack of player development overall. I think Muschamp worked his tail off. I just think he's not meant to be a head coach. Pretty simple. And guys, got a couple more minutes left. Let's see. Kevin Schuler, which seniors do you think may return? It's tough to say. I mean, Shy is obviously gone. I think you take a look on the defensive side, maybe some of those guys, but maybe some offensive linemen. I don't know. Kind of tough to say, to be honest with you. Maybe Muse. I don't know. Yeah, I just like the hat, man. I'm not a Marlins fan. I just like the hat, honestly. I like the look. I have a ton of hats, man. I have almost every MLB team. So, yeah. Let's see. Yeah. Andrew Bowers, imagine Muschamp becomes a head coaching candidate for Auburn. Yeah, I mean, if that happens, that AD should be fired and banned from ever. Yeah. From ever in AD ever again. So. Yeah, I think somebody said that, what did you say? Shane Beamer is going on that JB and Goldwater show? Yeah, I haven't gotten the invite. I'm not cool enough. Not cool enough to get the invite. Yeah. So, anyways, guys, appreciate you all tuning in. Like I said, quick reminder: podcast drop this morning, episode 341. Talking early signing day, kind of recapping everything, breaking down the signees. Also, Jeff Barnes, former Gamecocks offensive lineman. Fantastic conversation there. We'll take a few more questions. Let's see. Ryan Crisp, any news on if Bentley will be retained on or not? I don't think he will. I don't think he'll be retained. How do I feel about Gus being fired? man, these coaches and their buyouts. I wasn't like shocked necessarily, but the timing of it did kind of surprise me. But hey, a lot of pressure to win at Auburn. That's a tough job. You got Nick Saban across the way. But Auburn does have all the resources necessary to have a fantastic football program. I'm sure that's the way they're looking at it. They obviously have a standard, so whatever. They want to pay the money for his buyout, more power to him. So Gus Malzahn's a very rich man. Richer than he was. 21 million richer, to be exact. So, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. That's going to do it all for me again. We'll do it again noon to 1 tomorrow. Go check out the podcast if you have not. Stay tuned to all the content. Thank you guys for all the love and support. We will talk at noon tomorrow. Thanks so much.